Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys know what time it is. It is I am Jay, aka the Moderate Texan. Got my buddy Ahmad with me here. How you doing, man? Say hi to the people.
Hello, people. Blessed and highly favored, man. Happy to be here. Happy to finally talk ball and not jam up your your chat with all the conversations in there. But
Hey,
yeah,
jamming
man.
up the chat's always good, bro. It's always good to have happen.
This has
Well,
been a long time coming for sure.
it has indeed. It has been a long time coming, and we will. That streak is now over. Now you're a guest on the show. You're here with me,
Yes, yes,
and hopefully we get many more times of this going forward.
absolutely. Would absolutely love it. 100%.
Well, before we jump into everything, I gotta apologize. Obviously, I obviously missed last week's film review in terms of being sick. I got strep last week, so I apologize for dealing with snotty little kids. That's because that's how that happened.
Germ
Um,
factories. Yeah, yeah.
the germs got me, y'all. So I
Wait,
apologize for
Jay.
that.
Hold on, Jay. You didn't come over here and talk for hours while you were dealing with something that was going on in your throat. How dare you?
Yeah,
How
I couldn't
dare
talk.
you? Where's your dedication?
Well, it's all
Truly.
good. It's all good. Well, we're back. We're back. We're ready to go. To this week, we're going to be covering two games. That is the Falcons game, and that is the Saints game. Now, there will be less plays from each. I believe we have 14 plays for you, and then we'll do some talking and breaking down as we go into the bye week, as you guys can see on the ticker below. As always, you guys know what we do here. I always talk about everything that's happened. If you guys like the content that I'm putting out, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to get in contact with me, down below you will see in the description my email, my Twitter, X, whatever the heck you want to call it, account. That's pretty much all I've got.
You
I
know,
do have an
just call it
Instagram, but I'm
Twix.
barely on it. Yeah, Twix, whatever it is, right? Left or
Let's call
right.
it Twix.
Uh, but it's there for you. You guys can message me on there. You can message me here on YouTube. Comment, post in the chat. Talk to me about your opinions. If you're in the Texans Thoughts Discord, jump in there. If you're in the Texans Fan Battle Discord, jump in there. If you're in the Texans Fan Battle Twitter space, jump in there. I jump in all over the place. Feel free to talk with me. Ahmad, I see you've got your stuff over there. What is your information if people want to get in contact with you?
Honestly, if you're part of the Texans Thoughts Discord, you already know me. I'm always constant there. I kind of gotta get on the Texan Fan Battle Discord if they'll have me. I'm not a really huge fan of social media for the most part, but if you search Texan Shots, my name will pop up. With a lot of people replying me telling me I don't know what I'm talking about for the most part. But yeah, you can find me on Twix. What's good, Eden?
Good to
You
see
can
you,
probably
man.
find me on Twix or Twitter and X, and as Texan Shots. Just search and look it up. It's not really anything overt. I don't really have a following. I just like to talk ball, man.
Fair. Well, let's see if we can't get you some additional followers today.
But
Lastly, you guys know who I am. As you see Brown Chubby Bear there, go ahead and DM him on Twitter and he'll send you a link to jump into that
hey,
group.
Brown Chubby Bear, what's going on, bro? Love the content,
Good to
man.
see you, V. So last bit before we kind of start jumping into the thing that we're all here for is I always am here to pray for you guys. If you guys need anything, it doesn't matter if you want prayer, just a voice to listen to. If you're feeling down and you don't know what to do, I'm here. Feel free to email, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, feel free to do whatever. I've got your back.
And
Post
if
that
you just
wherever.
need a little hope, a little praying for success or praying for peace, same way, we can always do the positives as well. So please do let us know. We'll send those prayers out for you guys.
What's up, Leo? What's up, Leo? All right. Now let's get into the good stuff. Now, I will say I had a play in here that I was hoping very much would make it, and then it got corrupted. So we will go on. The show goes on. This is how it works.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead. Let's get into the film review
Yes, let's go.
today. So let's go ahead and show this. Let's hide that. All right. So let's jump into this first play here. I show this first play mainly because I'm extremely happy with what's happening with our run game going forward. right? We see in this game Dameon Pierce finally starting to follow his blocks. Andrew has been calling for him to follow right here, number 47. He hasn't really been doing. And last game, really during the Steelers game, that's when he starts to do that.
You know what I've also been noticing? The way that defenses have been playing Dameon Pierce, specifically since you mentioned the Steelers game, there was a specific play when we were in Battle Reds where the defender slid down Pierce and then basically clutched his ankle, and Pierce had to kind of hop over him to get the extra yardage. In this play right here, you can actually see the Atlanta defender doing the same thing. So maybe defenses are keying in that Dameon Pierce usually breaks tackles during the pad level. So they're kind of just trying to do a higher up, like shoestring tackle to kind of completely stop his other leg movement so that someone else can bring him down.
Yeah. Because if we look at this play, especially from this view here and the wide view, we can see that the blocking is good. In fact, Robert Woods comes off this block right at the right time to go up to the second level. And if Dameon Pierce breaks this tackle, he's got a lot of green in front of him. Fortunately, he doesn't break the tackle. They get him right on the ankle and pull him down, and it's unfortunate. The play is over. And we can really see it better from the tight view here as we start to look at it. And you'll see it here in a second once this play gets going. But the reason I really bring this play up is because Bobby Slowik is not going away from the run. I know we're hearing a lot of Texans Twitter say that. I know we're hearing a lot of different people say that. Let me go back to the play. There.
I just noticed something from the tight view here. I know people have been upset with Titus at left guard, but look at this amazing pull to open up this guy. He hits this Atlanta defender. He immediately gives up on the play just from a pull. We already know that Titus Howard, former quarterback, former tight end, converted to playing tackles, played at multiple positions. There's a great pull here to kind of take this guy completely out of the play to where he doesn't even try to, compete for the flag, so to speak, and just like sell for the flag here. He just straight up stops on the play altogether.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I will say about this play, and this is offensive line coaching that EXO, for those of you who aren't following the EXO intro or that guy JJ on Twitter, go ahead and follow him. Great O-line and D-line stuff. What you wish would have happened here is that Titus would have put this in the reverse, because then you have this guy is over here, right? They're essentially swapped in position, because now you have this guy 55 who is in that lane. He has the ability to, if he comes off of that, he can he has a chance, right? So you want Titus to turn him towards this side. You see how Dalton Schultz has this guy inside here. You see how Robert Woods has this guy out here, right? That's the lane you're creating. And you see how they kind of take this guy out of the play here. They take him up the field and turn him out. So you would want Titus to have turned him the opposite direction. It's okay. It's fine. But, the play was a positive one. But again, like I've been saying all season, this could have been better. And the things that could have been better is that minute amount of execution that we weren't doing that throws us off, right?
This is definitely a game of many mental mistakes that kind of compounded into being the reason that we lost here.
Yep. And let's get on to the first mental mistake that we can see here, the first big one. And Jonathan Grenard jumps for no reason. My friends in the comments, here's what I want to say straight up off the bat. In this particular play, and I'm gonna say it the right way. We cannot keep making dumb mistakes. You can't keep doing it. This kind of stuff, this is what good teams capitalize on. It's what the Falcons capitalized on. The Falcons are not the best team, but they're dang sure a good team.
Absolutely.
And they're much better than they were last year. Go ahead.
I was saying, and this is exactly what elite quarterbacks take advantage of. If you have an Aaron Rodgers or a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen that sees this, oh, they're going to change up their entire cadence. They're going to have a double go as far as their cadence, switch it all up just to draw you off again, especially on crucial plays. Now, they're not going to do it on the usual fourth down. They'll see if they can get you on fourth down because it's just why not. But they'll do it on second. They'll do it on third to make third and long a very third and manageable, or a very second and manageable, where they can just be like, well, it's 2nd and 5. I can just try and house this right now. And if I fail, hey, I've got another down to go. So,
and the thing about this also that I really want to talk about, and you're right? Like we're Arthur Smith's defenses or offenses do this a lot. They go to the hard count. They try and draw you off sides. They want to get the easy yards, the ugly yards that they can get. And we gave them 20 free yards in this game. 20 yards they should not have had. And one of these plays comes with the starters. We get 4 of those plays. One came from here. The other came from Khalil Davis. Another came from Kurt Heinisch. And I want to say another one came from Jerry Hughes. That's 3 backups. One of the 2, all of these people are actually veterans. None of our rookies did it. Mm-hmm. So again, you cannot keep making these mistakes. Does that come down to coaching? No. This is the first time that we've ever seen this from the Texans under DeMeco Ryans. Does it come down to mental mistakes? I think it's partially there. I think also you have to give it up to Desmond Ridder. His hard count was really good. Also, shout out to Alpha for giving us that Astros score line.
Appreciate the play-by-play, brother.
Astros being up by what is good. But I really don't want to focus on this play. I brought it in here mainly because it's plays like this one that get you into trouble. And it's plays like this one that we stopped doing against the Saints that allowed us to win the game.
I actually just had an epiphany. Go down the list of the players again, all who committed the encroachment for me, if you could.
I believe it was John Grenard, Khalil Davis, Kurt Heinisch, and Hughes.
With the exception of Khalil Davis, every single one of those players were a part of the previous regime and here last year. I think this is a game where you definitely saw some of the old habits of the old Texans coming through with some of more veteran players. And I think it kind of became a situation where the moment, I wouldn't say these players felt like the moment was too big, but they felt themselves needing to do more because, like, I'm the veteran, I'm the leader. This is a new Texans. And I think they kind of took them out of their normal headspace that they've been performing at going forward thus far. And I think that was the thing that may have taken these players out of that situation.
Yeah. But yeah, it's unfortunate that those players messed up, and that we gave them those free 20 yards. But I want to preface by saying this also, or finish by saying this also before we jump into the next play. Those 4 are 4 out of the 5 penalties for 23 yards that we gave up as the Texans. Like, it is what it is. So, yeah, I know we got the pause game going on in the chat. Here's what's going to happen here today. If you guys continue to pause me, just know I know where you guys are, and I got you. It's cool. Don't worry. All right, let's get on to this third play here.
Yes, sir.
And I really like this play. I really like this play design. Everyone wins. It just doesn't hit. Yeah, and this is uncharacteristic. Yeah.
So you've got the underneath just over the middle here. You've got the guy on the outside right here who looks like he just ran an extended flat or a corner route out that way. You've got Dameon Pierce, who's got a man on him, but he's occupying someone away from the rest of them. Free and clear, you got Bobby Trees out in the middle. Like, he's got a good 2.5 yards on his man. Like, he's sitting there waiting at the corner like he's waiting for a bus for this pass coming his way.
Exactly. And then don't forget down here, Andrew Beck is wide open.
Oh, hey, look, I need Beck to do some more rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. Let's get him one more fullback touchdown before the season's out. Please, Texans. I need it.
But that's not even the right play. I mean, it's a good play, but it's not the right play. The right play is right here.
100%.
We can see he's open. He's burned
Open.
24. And also Altuve is the GOAT. That is facts.
Second all time in postseason home runs.
And he just hit another one. So that was what happened. So look at this. You can't drop this. You cannot drop this pass, right? This can't happen. And yet he does. And keep in mind, up until this point in the season, up until this play right here, Robert Woods, Bobby Trees here, has been our most reliable pass catcher out there. Like he has been Mr. Reliable when push comes to shove. When we need a first down and we're in some bad shape, you throw the ball to Robert Woods, and suddenly he's not so reliable.
Honestly,
he wins the route.
It's crazy because when you really think about it, like Robert Woods' reliability is really the only thing that's kind of kept people off the field as far as snaps, like people like John Mechie, people that like Xavier Hutchinson, who a lot of fans, including Chubby Brown Bear, was very excited about Hutch. It's been his reliability that's kind of kept him off here. And I don't know if he's kind of seeing their shadows in the background or he was dealing with a hand injury that he didn't disclose. But in the last couple of games, Bobby Trees has kind of like dipped in his reliability. It's been really shocking.
Yeah. Well, I know in Tennessee, he got unfairly put out there to just do blocking all game. That's literally
he's a good blocking wide receiver. I'll give him his flowers on that. He's really good.
But that's all he was doing. Like there was no passing out there because it was the Derrick Henry show. But this needs to be a catch. That's on his hands. That's going to hit him running, and he's going to have space to get 5 or 10 more yards.
He's also got a blocker coming in to make sure that he can get even more right about there.
Exactly. So this is I think Tank Dell right here before he goes out. But this is the kind of thing that you want to hit, and it doesn't. So that play is over. We know what happened there, but these are the kind of plays that good teams make to win games, right? This is how you blow teams out. I know we've looked at a lot of offensive plays, but there was a lot of plays where I was getting very upset. But this one is not one of them. Mod, what you seeing here?
Well, I'm seeing John Mechie coming in first and foremost. I believe this is the play right after Tank Dell had gone out with his concussion, which, man, I'm really thankful that wasn't a neck injury because after he caught that ball, bounced off his knees and landed on his neck, I was assuming it was a neck injury. But right here, you see John Mechie using that route running that he's been known for, looking really well the part. He fakes inside, pops in outside, and he's right there. Free is clear separation. And you'd love to see him turn. The only thing I could have, because everyone can always do a play better, where he catches it in stride, I would love to see him plant in and then take this upfield for even more yardage. But beyond that, just a beautiful route from a player I'm personally rooting for. Welcome back, Mechie. We're happy to have you back from cancer, man. Keep balling.
Exactly. And I kind of riffing off of what you said there. I included this play because John Mechie is doing so well here. I would have also liked to see him turn upfield, but I do think part of it is because Tank has that ability to have already he's already gelled with CJ. Mechie hasn't. And so CJ is throwing. He's not throwing to where Mechie is ready. So normally this throw would be on the face mask, right? Which would allow him to turn upfield or on the numbers. But this is a little out in front of him. See, Mechie is extending to make this catch, which either tells me Mechie slowed down or it tells me he's not fast enough to get there or CJ thought he was faster, right? And put it in a spot that was not necessarily
so it's farther down and lower, kind of like where Tank would be initially catching it in stride. I think he threw this ball rather than to Mechie, he threw it to where Tank would be. And that just comes from the rapport they haven't built yet.
Yeah. And that's fine. We'll see it later more. I think by week 10, you start to see Mechie start to break out. But the other thing that I really wanted to bring up here, and we'll see it when we get to the tight view, is the pass blocking. This is where we begin to see the offensive line actually performing at a better level. This is no slouch of a pass rush here. These guys are pretty good at what they do. And we can
Calais
see
Campbell, Grady
1,
Jarrett,
2, 3, 4, 5 dudes are rushing possibly 6. Really, it's 6. Look at this. It's all blocked up. Outside of Jarrett Patterson here, who is completely turned around. That's why Campbell gets through. And 77 over here, Fant, getting beat
out on an island. Just
outside of that, like CJ has time, and we could 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. He had 4 seconds to throw that ball and more. And he could have
just give CJ 3 seconds, it's over, honestly.
Exactly. So this play shows the blocking. It shows the route tree. It shows how D'Amico Ryans is excited for this team and how well they're doing. Now we get to the defensive side of the ball. Now I want to make a little quick point going forward to the Saints game. One of the things I noticed was that in the Saints game, we see here that Denzel Perryman is playing, and he's got a club on. We know he broke his hand. He had some issues there. But we don't see him again in the Saints game. And we do see Christian Harris, who was kind of quiet in that game. Definitely Blake Cashman kind of goes off. Henry To'oTo'o does pretty well. But we don't really see anything from that third linebacker position. And here's why. There's confusion. You can see Cashman is ready. You can see Perryman or To'oTo'o is ready, but Perryman's not, which causes confusion here, which causes To'oTo'o to have to go up rather than stay back, right? Things are just kind of funky there. But also, and I haven't done a lot of bad talking about Will Anderson because I think he's, as a rookie, doing as good as he can as the best pass rusher on the team. That's obvious. But he has to get this sack. He has to make this tackle. There's no reason for him to not make this tackle. Desmond Ritter's not faster than him. Desmond Ritter's not stronger than him. Desmond Ritter's not more agile than him. But go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't. No, it's very much shades of Petrie last year. Like he over pursues and then takes himself out of the play just because I don't think he's used to his speed being as effective as it is in the NFL. I think he's assuming, I just got to go a whole 90 or 100 here, when he could probably go about 70, 75 here and easily close and take down Ritter.
Yeah. And he's got it perfectly. He has the edge set, and he has Ritter dead to rights. But then there's the backside of it. Right? To'oTo'o and Johnny Smith. He's got a decision to make here. And this is more of a veteran, somebody who's sat down and watched plays from the side versus someone who is playing in his 5th game of the year, right? 5th game ever in the NFL. And Ritter makes To'oTo'o make a choice. Come up, stop him from making a run up the field, or stay with Johnny Smith, and he chooses to run up. Unfortunately, Ritter gets the ball off. Now, also on this play, we have to talk a little bit about Jalen Petrie, who doesn't tackle. He hits, but he doesn't tackle. And holla, Astros win 3-2. First off,
let's go.
Let me shout out real quick. Kel Bell is my wife, ladies and gentlemen. The queen is on the stream. Thank you, my love, for showing us that the Astros continue to own the Rangers in their own stadium.
Hello, Kel Bell. I've heard nothing but amazing things about you.
She's also in the Discord. For those of you guys who don't know, the Texans Thoughts Discord, she is in there. All right. Let's look at it from the other side here. And this is where you can begin to see, look, you see Cashman's ready. Like, he's kind of got it. Remember, To'oTo'o is the mic. He's the one who is calling the plays. He's the one who's getting the information.
Which I believe was what Denzel Perryman was before he went down, was the mic.
Yes.
So now he has to play over on the other side, and it's definitely something he's not used to. Maybe Perryman was kind of under the impression that once he came back, he would just slide on into that mic position. And then they're like, we kind of like To'oTo'o here, and I think we're going to let him use it. So that's where
To'oTo'o's played well in the mic because he started in the Steelers game, and he's been phenomenal. So he's made his mistakes, but look, you can see him. He's telling him, get over there. And that's not what happened. He's not doing it. You see, he's jumping back and forth. He doesn't know what to do. That causes that initial confusion, right? Then we go out and Will Anderson misses the sack, which he should have gotten. That causes him to come up. Jalen Petrie doesn't tackle right. And that's how that play goes badly.
Mm-hmm.
Those are plays that you look back on and say, man, did that lose me the game?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kind of things you look at and say, man, did that lose me the game? All right, let's go forward here. So, we all know this play because CJ Stroud put the team on his back and said, fam, I'm him. Shades of Deshaun Watson going down the field and throwing it to Kenny Stills for the touchdown in New Orleans.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it since we're probably going to be looking at New Orleans film. The shades of Deshaun Watson would have been scrambling around. This is shades of Drew Brees. And I'm going to say it because we're about to go into Saints territory here. I'm not saying that CJ Stroud is Drew Brees. I'm not saying CJ Stroud is going to be better than Drew Brees. Or I'm not even saying he's there now or even halfway there. But just this methodical anticipation, great footwork. I love the way that CJ Stroud looks here. And honestly, CJ Stroud's pronouns are I'm and him, and it always has been. So.
He cannot say his pronouns are he and his because he is him. This is craziness. Great play. And here's the thing that I really want to kind of bring up. We remember that the press conference directly after this, he goes out and says that he and Slowick drew this play up. He noticed something in film and said, yo, this play can work. And they dialed it up after setting it up all game long. I didn't show you those plays, but if you go back and watch the film, go back and watch the game. All game long, the thing that allows Dalton Schultz to score this touchdown, and I want to kind of go back so you can see, because I'm going to pause it right at the moment that he did it. Right there. When he dipped in, that all game long, he had been jumping in the middle into this gap of space. And CJ was throwing the ball, and he was open.
Yep.
He was dealing. And that they were getting killed there. So their all-pro safety jumps up on that. And Dalton Schultz goes right on out, and he's wide open. Beautiful play design. He knew what was coming. He knew what was happening. Cover 2 shell all game, and he beat it.
See, now that's
what you're looking for.
This is something that us as Texan fans have not had. And I don't know how long, maybe ever. One, this is an offensive coordinator that is willing to keep himself so present in the game that he can make in-game adjustments based on how the defense is playing their successful plays, not just their failures. And number 2, it is an offensive coordinator that is humble enough and empathetic enough to listen to his players. Because Bobby Slowick is, a rookie coming from a storied franchise, a rookie OC coming from a storied franchise with someone like Shanahan's system and being a part of that tree. He could very easily be like, this is my system. This is what's worked in here. This has worked in so many places in the league. But he not only trusts CJ enough for CJ to feel comfortable coming to him with stuff like this as a rookie, but he's also trusting enough to listen and be like, yeah, if you see something you like, go for it. And that is very, very, very rare as far as coaches in the NFL, because there's a lot of egos here, and it's a lot of I can fix them across the league. Shout out to Bobby Slowick for being truly someone that is not only intelligent, but humble enough to listen to his players.
Shout out to the entirety of the Texans team, because the reality 100%. Is it's a rookie head coach, rookie offensive play caller, rookie quarterback, rookie defensive end. There's a lot of rookies on this team.
Rookie middle linebacker calling plays.
Rookie Mike, right? This is a high level of play, high level of execution. Yes, we're still making mistakes. We are still high level of execution, and that's all you can ask for. And it's even better to look at this from the tight view here, because you get to see the elation of CJ Stroud. But it's even better because, boom, you could see the bite moment. Look at that. That is a great sell. And out and up and touchdown.
Oh, run that back, because I want people to see the small adjustment that Schultz makes here, because he's out to sell the people over this way. He cuts out and he just kind of cheats back in to catch the ball right there. That's just beautiful. That
And then pulls it in
little
with his
adjustment,
hands.
step and a half to just reach out, pull it with his hands over his shoulder. That's amazing.
Exactly. But with all the elation comes a bit of sadness, right?
Yeah, you can't have
Hello,
despair without
darkness.
hope, man. You know,
Yeah.
so
Hello, darkness, my old friend. And then there's this play.
Mm.
And I really wanted to bring this play in because, yes, the defense is this is the most sloppy defense play I've ever seen. It looks like a bunch of second stringers out there. But in reality, this had been play after play after play. This was no huddle. The Falcons were just going and going and going and going and going. And our defense was stopping them. This is second down. And you could even see that the Falcons players are jogging. Drake London is jogging. I don't even know who this guy is, but he's jogging. Look at this. Nobody's running full speed.
Is that Mac
This is a
Hollins? No,
jog.
that might be Mac Hollins. I'm not sure. No, that's Kyle Pitts. I think that's
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, that's
None
Kyle
of them
Pitts.
people are running. They all look slow, like they're running in molasses. And our guys are literally walking. No one has energy. I bring this play up because I wanted to talk about what should have happened. This part right here is on D'Amico Ryans. This was his rookie moment. What should have happened here is prior to this play, you can already see that your guys are gassed. They haven't been able to stop anything yet. Call a timeout. Just call a timeout. Yes, it helps them as well, but it allows you to settle your guys, let them get a little breather,
Cool their
let them
heads.
get some water, let them get clear, and now you have a better team on the field. You had 3 timeouts at that point. That's all I'm saying.
No, poor Graylin Arnold couldn't even jump up to defend the pass. He just kind of
And we'll see it better. But yeah, he's like there's no way. Like he's not getting that ball, but still like he has no hops. Nobody has any pop. It's just crazy. Nothing is going good for him. Thanks for that information, Alpha there. I love it. And that's why this play happened. That's why this play has to be in here. Nobody has it. Look at that. Nobody has push. Not even on the offensive line. They're struggling themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Yeah, our boys are running through quicksand right now.
Yeah, nobody has anything. Those are the plays that win and lose you games. Those are the plays that let you lose the teams you should have beat. And yeah, imagine losing to the Falcons. Imagine losing to the Texans when you should have beat us at home. But hey, not gonna talk. We ain't gonna say anything. It's gonna leave it be.
Hey, we 3-3. So just leave it at that.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna go back. What do you see on this play, Ahmad?
All right, let's see. Got motion to the right. Snap the ball. Collapsing on the interior right here. Forces CJ out. He's trying to look to his left to try and make a play to extend here, but just right here, the whole collapse of the interior. But I do like the conviction from CJ to just immediately see and anticipate the pocket collapsing rather than just reacting to the pocket collapsing to bail out here. And just above all else, CJ is the type of quarterback that if it's not there, he's going to throw it away. He's not going to try and play hero ball, live to fight another down.
Yes, I agree. First, I'm going to give you my opinion on this real quick based on what I see. First, I'm going to pause it right here. This is open.
Mm-hmm.
This is absolutely open. And he's got nobody in his face. Second, Titus is getting handled. Everybody else is kind of doing their job, but Titus is getting handled here. He's the one who actually loses. He's the person who ends up in CJ's lap. But this is open.
Is this Granderson? Is this Granderson on Titus? Because Granderson was a menace all game.
I don't know if that was him, but here is the issue right here. I understand Titus is right here, but I need you to look at Xavier Hutchinson. He just won his route. He won his route. He's out there. I'm stepping ahead a little bit longer. me get back here. And CJ's bailing. Now, CJ does have an opportunity to kind of leak back to his left here because Fant's held up pretty well. If he leaks out here, this is what a veteran would do. If he leaks out here, he's got Hutchinson across the middle. He also has Tegan Cotoriano across the middle. This is one of those things where, as a veteran, you want him to not panic, but he's not a veteran. He's a rookie. Right. So he's got that internal clock. 1,000, 2 1,000. Get it out. And so you can see here, watch. As he gets the ball, 1,000, 2 1. Oh, gone.
See, yeah. I think I wasn't even just an internal clock. I think he was looking down the field like CJ normally does, going through his progression. And all of a sudden, he just sees Titus get blasted in his periphery like a yard and a half back. He's like, whoa, okay, got to get out of here.
Yeah, I agree with that. But still, the first read is Noah Brown, and he's open. Right? This is first down. This isn't third down.
I'm curious where his head is at the moment where he looked at Noah. He looked straight at Noah. Then he came back across, and then that's when he broke.
Actually, this is second down.
He was looking at Noah.
This is second down. It's second down.
He made eye contact with Noah. I don't know if he was looking for a better play than that. It was maybe going to come back across to Noah if he had nothing else, maybe. But it looks like he makes eye contact with Noah Brown.
Yeah. And this is the line of scrimmage right here. Noah Brown's right here. He has that option to throw it to him and maybe get a first down, maybe get real close, but he doesn't throw that. It's almost like his first read is here. But I would think he was reading 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just wasn't there. But this is open. He actually comes back to it, and it's just not there. And you'll see it better from the tight view when I go to it here in a second. One, Titus Howard needs to hold up a bit better. But two, look, you see he's looking there. He comes off of it, looks down the middle. Nobody's there. Then he bolts. But by that time, Hutchinson's open.
It's almost like he was supposed to go 1, 2, 3, beat the deep guy, and then back to 4 in that regard. Because he looks like he's looking over the middle of the field, past, not to the left, but further down. So it's almost like he goes 1 to Noah, 2 to the next one, 3 up the field, and then 4 to the flat to the far left.
Yeah, but see, he sees this, and so he bails. Instead of kind of moving over here and waiting for this to come up, because look, as he bails.
Now, I will say maybe he didn't want to cheat to his right there because it looked like 93 for the Saints was coming unblocked right in his face, and he wasn't sure if his offensive line was going to correct there. So I don't fault him for not shifting to his right there.
But I think that's more of a veteran move, right?
Yeah, because you see right here, 93 comes unblocked as far as his perception, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to him to cheat right.
Yeah.
To get out of that.
But at the same time, right, that's the veteran move, right? Back up a little bit, give yourself a little bit of time. See your player coming and get the ball out, right? So now let's get to the good stuff. Yes. I want to shout out real quick Brevin freaking Jordan. I have been real critical of him over the last 2 years.
Lord have we all.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is Cam Jordan. And he's not even close. Dalton Schultz.
And the biggest knock on him was his blocking. But this man blocked up Cam Jordan, beloved Saints pass rusher, and by far one of their most nastiest players for years. Can do nothing against Brevin there. Do nothing.
Mossed by Dalton Schultz. Tyrann Mathieu was the weakness. When I did the film review of the Saints, he is their weakness. He's not their strength anymore. I like Tyrann Mathieu as a player. I think he's a great player, but right now he is not it.
I love the Honey Badger, but the moment he signed with the Saints, I was like, okay, cool. He wants to play one more season and retire a Saint. Then he went for one more season, and I was like, that's not good.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Yeah,
great touchdown, great play there. I really liked it.
Golf clap.
And this is, remember, that play is after the pick that Nico Collins gets back. Thank God for Nico Collins.
Even when CJ loses, he wins, man.
Yeah.
I have made a public apology.
Yeah. It's funny. Every video was really critical of Brevin Jordan. For those of you guys who are in the Texans Thoughts Discord, you guys know that I have been super, super critical of Brevin. I even posted on Twitter saying cut Brevin Jordan. I was all in that movement.
Witness.
I was there saying that in my videos. I was saying he was causing mistakes. He was not a good route runner. He wasn't a good blocker. Why is he still on this team?
We were a lot of us were on it. A lot of us. But
all he's done has been play well and do everything we said he couldn't do. And on top of that, he's doing it well. So let's move on to this next play. Brevin Jordan again. Brevin freaking Jordan. Now, give Mike Boone some credit here. Give Slowick some credit here. But I really need everybody to give some credit to Brevin Jordan for 2 plays in a row. Goodbye, Tyrann Mathieu. Tyrann Mathieu gave up.
Just threw the Honey Badger out the club. My goodness. Straight up threw him out the club here. That get off on the pole is great. Gets plenty of momentum. Never even sees him coming as far as Tyrann Mathieu. 2 keyed in on the play. And then just completely pancakes him.
Jones is happy.
Yeah. I will say, Mike Boone definitely could get more snaps. Like, I love his speed. I love his cuts. Like, you can see him cut off to the left here, and still manage to get far yardage before that dude in pursuit managed to drive him out of bounds. I think Mike Boone definitely deserves at least a few more snaps, a few more touches, because I'd love to see what he could do on a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, he's got to stop fumbling, but yes.
True. And do better in pass protection. He is terrible in pass protection. I will say that.
Actually, he's better than Dare was. He's much better in pass protection.
Saying you're better than Dare Ogunbowale in pass protection isn't really saying a lot. He's our special teams running back for the most part.
He's also better than Singletary, and I would say he's on par, if not a little bit better than Pierce. So he's probably the best pass block.
Okay, I'll give you that.
RB on team,
maybe I've been hurt too much because the times I've seen Mike Boone in pass protection this year, he's gotten absolutely blown up. Yeah. So maybe that's just me. The times I have seen him, it was on plays where he got basically completely trucked it.
So. Yeah. But the public apology to Brevin Jordan continues. As he absolutely is the person that they're following.
I believe, in fact, just protect the person's thing. We were actually up in arms that Brevin Jordan refused to give number 9 to Dalton Schultz when he wanted it, his high school number and his college number, I believe. We were upset about it. It's like, why is Brevin Jordan refusing? He ain't even going to be on this roster come cuts anyway. So, yeah, all of us, we're sorry, Brevin. We're sorry.
We owe you an absolute apology. All right, let's get to this 4th play here. And if I'm correct on this play, it'll be what I'm thinking here. Yes. Okay. It is. What do you see in Ahmad?
All right, so let's bring this one back. And go ahead and pause it at the top of his break. Right there. Okay. So we've got, is that Bobby Trees down there at the bottom?
Yep.
Free and open. Let's see. We've got even if he's leaving right here next to Bobby Trees right there on the bottom.
Safety help, though, or quarter help up here.
He's got safety help. Yeah, that's fair. Got a guy in the flat that looks like he's even if he's leaving. If CJ rips it to him, he probably gets it there before the DB can really affect the ball a lot, especially if the guy is still in full stride. You got Mike Boone out there just over the middle, past the cover, past the line, who could probably get you another 5 or 7 yards before anybody touches him. And is that Nico in the far back there on the left near the 40?
This is Nico right here.
Okay.
This is, I think, Noah Brown. Yeah. That's Dalton Schultz. Mike Boone.
Yeah.
Bobby Trees.
All right. Looks like we got a lot of people here that are open. Bobby Trees.
Yeah. Now, here's the reason why I'm a bit upset with this play. And I'm gonna give you guys a tendency that I saw with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud he stands in the pocket and he makes a great throw.
Mm-hmm.
Here's his window, wide open. But one thing I've noticed about CJ is that when you have a player that's outside the numbers and you have kind of green grass in front of you going this way, he's going his immediate tendency is to throw you away from a hit so that you can run and keep going. This is the second time, and I'll show you another play in the Astros game, in the Falcons game, where the exact same thing happens with Tank. Yeah, even if I don't have that play, we'll talk about it. But this play is the exact same thing.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I do get that. Yeah, because I think with CJ, the way he wants to throw his receivers is like never stop running and always be ready. Do not stop running because I will hit you in stride.
Exactly. But what we see Robert Woods do is take a step inside here where CJ throws it outside. And you can see CJ jumping as soon as he throws it. And he's upset. He's saying, why did you go inside? Go outside. You had the green grass. And it's true. Once you look around, you see Robert Woods look up and he's like, dang, I messed up.
All right. Go ahead and continue on to the next play. I think my dogs are barking, so I need to go check on this real quick.
All right. We'll keep going here until he gets back. But this is the kind of stuff that I expect to start to get cleaned up. I expect the Texans to start the process of getting that miscommunication taken care of, especially during this bye week. They have that time to get on the same page. They have that time to get healthy, to get the right people out there so that CJ can start to trust people more, so that Robert Woods can be on the same thoughts and Tank Dell could be on the same thought wave, and so can Dalton Schultz, and so can Nico Collins, who's they already seem to be on the same wavelength, and John Mechie and Xavier Hutchinson. You can get those guys on the same wavelength so that you're getting good plays out there. Now, let's get into the good stuff. We've talked about the bad. Let's talk about the good. Will Anderson Jr. wanted you guys all to know that he was also picked in the first round, and he deserved to be, as he absolutely blows up Alvin Kamara. Now, I'm not showing you guys the entirety of the film here because we don't have time for that, right? We've already been going for a while, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. But this entire drive, after this play, Will Anderson blew up single-handedly. He takes this play, he takes the next play, and the play after. He blows every play up. If y'all don't think Will Anderson is worth it, go back and watch this drive because he dominated it. He made everyone understand that he was the best player on the field. Everyone.
Came back just in time. Just saw that Will Anderson play.
And I wish I would have got the entirety of this drive, because this drive, he affects this play. The next play he affects because he forces Carr to throw a bad pass there. And then the next play, literally, Derek Carr throws it into the back of Alvin Kamara because the third play of this drive, Will Anderson's in his face already.
And he gets in the passing lane. I remember seeing that one in his breakdown.
So craziness happening here. Now, this play is why Titus Howard should be moved to right tackle. Do it now. I'm going to pause it at the top of the break for CJ. Boom. He's at the top of his break. He doesn't even have time. Nobody's gotten open yet because he's the top of the break's already gone. Yeah, we got time. Yeah, the Astros are done. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, man.
Short. But I don't even want to show this view. I want to show this view. And here's why. You're about to get upset. Titus. Keep an eye right here.
I got to say, Titus, and I've known Titus to do this, and he's phenomenal at it. When Titus is at right tackle, he's got one of the best kick slide steps I've ever seen to gain ground backwards, to take someone out and around the play. Now, people that aren't really versed with that, like it's basically a kick slide is when you step back out at a 45 and around to basically bring the defensive end or the pass rusher outside the play. What you see here with Titus is that he has to be more lateral and sharper and shorter in his steps. So he really can't form that normal wide base, that wide deep base that he has at right tackle and left guard. It's basically trying to, kind of move around in like half the space you're normally used to using. So it's something he clearly has to think about. His pad level's too high. And honestly, his weight's kind of on the back of his feet. So the second he gets pushed over, of course, the first thing that's going to happen is someone just runs in him full force. He's going to fall over.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
And
with someone
here's
as
the
strong
worst-
as 96 here.
And the worst thing about this play, it's not that he just gets taken out. He takes out Patterson as well.
Yep. Gets pushed into Patterson. Which actually takes out Shaq Mason too. Is that Mason right there next to him?
Mm-hmm.
It takes out 3 linemen with 1 failure.
Is this play? Leo had messaged me earlier. We were talking earlier about this play, and he had and he was saying, "Do you got any other that play with Titus Howard?" This is the play he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Titus, get back to right tackle. We need a guard.
I think he was more so saying, Jones, get healthy quickly.
Yes,
Josh
we
Jones,
know Kendrick
please
Green
get well
is
soon.
messed up, but good grief, Josh Jones, we need you back. But
get well soon,
Juice Scruggs, get back so we can have somebody there.
Oh, that's another thing we can talk about on the side note. Who do you think goes to guard, Juice Scruggs or Jarrett Patterson?
Yeah. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. All right, let's get to this last play of the Saints game real quick. And it ends on a good but bad play.
Something I didn't notice when we watched this back before, you can see the sense of urgency from CJ to get that ball back because he knew that the coverage was not lined up to take this screen, and he wanted to snap that ball before they had a chance to adjust. As you see, I think that's Tyrann Mathieu cheating over to the bottom there. Yeah, that's Honey Badger cheating over to the bottom. You see CJ here just clapping his hands fervently to get the ball because he doesn't want him to get set and blow up this screen here.
Well, also, the play clock was down at like 2. I remember this play because I was down in the field when it happened. But the play clock was late, and he was like, I need the ball now. Now, why am I bringing this play up, right? It's a good-looking screen. It gets us a lot of yards. This is a 3rd down play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing this play up because while Nico really made this look like he was going to get the first down, he almost did. He made a mistake right here. Blocked. Right? We could see that. Tunsil is moving out. This is blocked because we got a player right here. I believe it's Noah Brown. And we got Titus over here. So Titus is coming in to take out this guy, number 6. And Tunsil's coming in to take out this guy, or one of these two, whoever's there. If Nico holds off and is a little more patient, it's a one-on-one. And we have seen Nico break those tackles all season.
I believe Nico still leads the league in yards after catch as far as wide receivers.
So if he waits, he's got a chance for not only a first down, but a touchdown. But because he gets a bit impatient, he gets out in front of his blockers and he's taken out by 2 Saints players. And these are the mistakes, again, that keep you from blowing teams out or winning games by the skin of your teeth.
Oh, I understand that was a screen, but I'm not sure if that was Titus allowing that guy to get past, or that guy just slipping past Titus on that last little bit.
Titus probably is letting him get by on purpose because he's got to get out to his spot.
And I do appreciate this product of the Shanahan offense. The Shanahan offense, from what I've seen and why their screens work so well to perfection from their coaching tree, is that they really, and you can see this with Trent Williams a lot on the 49ers, they really cheat. They walk as close to that line of an eligible player down the field as possible. They walk that amount of yards and distance and train that type of rhythm into their run game and their screen game to where they can get as far as possible without it being called a penalty.
Yeah.
Right there, you can see it.
Because look here. No, Brown's got this blocked. All these guys, what I want you to know right now, guys, everybody who's watching, all of these guys are out of this play.
Mm-hmm.
This is over for them. It's done. These are the only two guys left in this play that can make anything happen. That's it.
God bless 29 for the Saints up there at the top, though. He has not, there is no quitting his dojo, man, because he's still running full speed towards that play, even though he has no chance to make it on time, but he's trying.
Because if Nico breaks out, he's done. There's no, he's not catching him.
True.
So he's done. He's
full
cooked.
on the screen from here.
He's cooked if Nico makes it past him.
That's true.
So, you're right. It was a work of art. It's crazy. It is a work of art.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I mean, look at this screen. It is a 4th and 22.
And we almost converted it.
And we almost converted it. Or 3rd and 22. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's craziness.
I think that brought it down to like what, a 4th and 2 or 3. And we were in the game chat and we were like, go for it. Just go for it.
That's what should have happened. We should have gone for it.
Because but that would have put them on midfield at that point. And yeah. Even if we failed, that would put them on midfield.
But it is what it is. Them's the plays. So we saw a lot of things. We got to see a lot today. We got to see good football. We got to see good football plays. We got to see bad football and bad football plays. And we saw some mediocre football and mediocre football plays from all phases, right? From the offense to defense, from the coaching staff, so on and so forth. Let's kind of talk about our thoughts on that. But before we get into those thoughts, quick side note. Actually, we'll save that for the end. Let's talk about our thoughts here. What did you think? What did you think about these last 2 weeks regarding the Saints and the Falcons games?
The last 2 weeks regarding the Saints and the Falcons, it really was a tale of two teams. And I'm not talking about the two teams we fought, but the two teams that we decided to be in both those games. The Atlanta game, the 4 encroachment penalties, the miscommunication with and the drops from the receivers, Tank going down mid-game, who's been one of our most productive young receivers, not named Nico. All of that, the run game getting exposed. And despite all of that, we were still a buzzer beater field goal away, one drive away from still winning that game. I could tell that hurt. I could tell that hurt our boys a lot because the way they came into this Saints game and played was night and day. They were disciplined. They were setting the edges. They were just wreaking havoc on poor Derek Carr. That man's never going to forgive this city for what he did to his brother and what we did to him in this last week. Like, just messed them both up. But this team cares and this team fights. And
exactly,
it's so encouraging to see a team have such a heartbreaking loss, bounce back like this, and be put in the exact same scenario again and just say, no, not today, not in our house. Because This is our house. This is our stadium. This is our home. And these are our fans, and we're not going to disappoint them again.
The only thing that I'll say that's a bit different is that I don't think we played too much different in the Falcons and the Saints games. We started out good in the first half, putting up points, held them to relatively no score. And it was 10 points from the Falcons, or 7 points from the Falcons that we gave up in the first half. And 10 points in the first half from the Saints. So we didn't really give them a lot. It was 17-10. It should have been 24-10 going into the half.
Yeah,
we really didn't.
Continue. Sorry, didn't interrupt.
We really didn't. It was the only difference was we put up points on offense versus the Falcons game, where it was 9-7 versus 17-10. The other thing is we still made those same defensive mistakes. We still made those same offensive mistakes. We still couldn't get the ball into the end zone from the one, even though we were there at least twice. We still couldn't. We still couldn't convert in the red zone. All those things are true still. What was different was the coaching and learning from those mistakes. We called timeout when our defense looked tired. We made sure to call plays that would keep us in good positions. We made sure to bend but not break. We hate to see the bend but don't break. We want to see dominant, but that bend but don't break worked. It's worked twice so far. It worked a lot. And lastly, we saw a team clean up the rest of their mistakes. 2 penalties from 5, less yards. We shouldn't have even been penalized for the pass interference calls that were there. They were trash.
So trash.
But the team looks better. They're starting to gel. And post-bye week, I hope they are fully there. Hope that they're looking good.
Texans are learning how to win ugly. They're learning how to blow out teams, and they're learning how to win ugly, and that's what good teams do.
Exactly. Talking about the bye week, what are your bye week thoughts? What are the things you're looking for from the Texans? What are things you're going to be watching in the NFL going forward? And just in general, what are you looking for in sports during this bye week?
I think it comes down to 3 things for me. First and foremost, I'm looking for the buyers and sellers at bye week because it's been such an interesting season. There's so many teams that are 1-5 right now. There's a lot of teams that are 3-3. There's teams that are 2-3. So it's like you don't really know where teams feel like they are. And you only have one 0-6 team who we face next week, but I'm not going to go into that. But you don't really know who the buyers and sellers are. So that kind of sets up free agency to be kind of an anything is possible type scenario. Maybe the Jets make a move. Maybe we make a move. Maybe Carolina ends up being one of the sellers. I think this could be potentially, it could be the most boring free agent trade deadline ever, or it could be the most what the hell free trade deadline ever. So that's one thing I'm definitely going to be watching because you really don't know which team feels desperate enough to buy or sell right now. And that's kind of allow a lot of moves under the table to kind of go through. As far as improvements from the team, I think now getting into the latter parts of the season, and we're in a crunch time for sure, and people are starting to get film on CJ and our major movers and shakers. I think it's a perfect opportunity for us to start putting some more wrinkles with Xavier Hutchinson, putting more stuff in with John Mechie, things that teams haven't had a chance to scheme for yet to kind of throw them off. I noticed we were doing a lot of Deebo Samuel-esque end rounds with Xavier Hutchinson, specifically both in Atlanta and in the Saints game that I really liked what we were doing with. I'd like to see some more of that going forward to see what he can do with that because he shook a Saints defender out his shoes and his socks on one of those end rounds, and it was a beautiful thing to see. Yep. Obviously, Mechie's one of my favorite players. Love to see more from him. But I'd also, as my third thing, it all gets lost in the fact that we're winning and we're doing well and we're a 500 team. The time management is still not where it needs to be for this team. D'Amico Ryans, Bobby Slowick, whoever has the power to call a timeout, there's still miscommunications. There's still time where I'm seeing runoff for the offense when they can be making at least another play within those 5 to 10 seconds that they're kind of walking to the field. Time management has got to be better. Who knows? Maybe it may never be better. Like Andy Reid is a Hall of Fame coach and still sucks at time management, but I would like to see it at least improve before the season's out.
Yeah. I think the things I'm looking for is getting healthy. We have Tavierre Thomas and Juice Scruggs that are looking to return. A lot of people have been talking about it. I think there was a tweet that came out a couple of days ago that was posted in the Texans Fan Battle podcast, or Texans Fan Battle chat that's in Twitter. And one of the things that they talked about is that we had posted by Murray, who he's not in here right now. He was in here earlier. He had mentioned that the Texans had stated that Juice Scruggs was looking good in practice. If he's out there practicing, I would expect that he would be coming back sooner rather than later, hopefully after the bye week. And we've seen 2 straight weeks of Tavierre Thomas being a full participant in practice, but not returning to the team. And he's not on IR.
That means he's got one more week. He has a 21-day window. So if he's not ready to go for this week, he's gone for the season.
Well, Tavierre Thomas is not on IR. He was never placed on IR. So he's just there.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like, hoping that he was going to play against the Falcons, and then he didn't. And I thought that's partly what the problem was. And then it looked like he was going to again play against because he was a full participant. The only one who wasn't was Tank. I was hoping that he would then play against the Saints, and then he didn't. And so now it's kind of okay, well, is he coming back after the bye? That's a huge boost to your defense if he is. The run game, I want to see that get worked on some more. I think one of the problems with Dameon Pierce in this scheme is it requires you to have the ability to cut in a big way. And what we've seen from Dameon Pierce is he makes subtle cuts. He puts his foot in the ground and he goes forward while in just a slightly different direction while he was going forward.
49ers also employ a lot more explosive, like stop and go, like burst out of the cannon type of running backs in their system. And we all know Dameon Pierce isn't really that type of guy. He's kind of just like a build up momentum. He's kind of like the juggernaut. He's got to build up momentum. Once he does, he's unstoppable, but he's not really a stop and go type guy, like fire out of a cannon type of player. And I think that might be the thing he's kind of struggling with, where that system is kind of like usually looking for like the Raheem Mostert type players like that, or the CMC that could just be fired out of a cannon at a defense and stop and cut and go.
But you can see the difference between himself and Singletary. Singletary has the ability
100%.
to, while he's running, he can, on a dime, cut 90 degrees. Pierce takes gather steps to do it. And that because of those gather steps, it gets him in a lot more trouble because it takes him a little longer to go where he needs to go. I think he's thinking too much in the system. You got to make it as easy as possible for him, because when it's as easy as possible, he runs through people and goes for 10 yards. That's just what he does. I think that's why he's struggling. It is what it is.
Maybe he also had a lot of trust. And think about this, as far as him and Troy Hairston, there's a ton of trust between the two of them their rookie years. Whereas like he would just follow where Troy would go because Troy was a former linebacker and he knew how the defenses would set up. Maybe Dameon relied on that a lot more than we thought initially in his rookie season.
Yeah, I agree. I do. That's kind of one of the things I brought up earlier in the first week, is that Troy Hairston being out might be part of the reason why we're seeing Dameon Pierce struggle. But I also think it's because he's not able to read things as good as we hoped. Like, he's just a guy who's going to cut once and go. And if he can't do that, there's trouble. My last bit
the league goes by running and killing.
Yeah. The last thing that I want to kind of talk about is the miscues. Those miscues, we see them less and less each game. But as kind of Via saying here, right? D'Amico saying that there's a lot of guys that are still not up to speed. So they're delayed getting into motion, they're delayed getting the plays, they're delayed understanding how things are going. And only he can call the timeouts. The problem still with that is that you're not seeing a quick enough transition between D'Amico calling timeout and the CJ getting the plays out there, and those players who are not up to speed, not getting ready. Like, all of that is happening too slow, and those timeouts need to be faster, right? These things need to be done faster. I expect them to get done better. We haven't really seen those miscues as much, especially with clock management. It's gotten a lot better, but I would like to see that stuff get better. All right. We've held off for too long. Normally we do a quick side note. Usually it's at the beginning. Today I forgot about it, so we're going to put it at the end. We had talked a bit earlier about things, but let's get it going real quick. And as we're going through this, guys, feel free to comment. Put your comments in the chat along with us. Get into the conversation. We'll start with the first question. Ahmad, you had a better way to say it, so I'll let you ask it.
Yeah. So, we all know that once we're kind of like on that climb to success, there's going to be a little gaps financially in the things that we do and where we go. Some people may call these certain things called struggle meals. I think me and Jay kind of agreed on calling it something a little bit more because I'm a sucker for alliteration. What is your favorite frugal food? What is that type of meal that like is very cheap to make, very easy, or keeps for a while that you can kind of eat on for a couple of days that no matter how successful you are, you still kind of enjoy going back to from time to time. You can always have a sophisticated palate, enjoy like a fine wine or really well whiskey, but sometimes you want to just go for that gas station beer. Like, what's that for you food wise? And that's what we wanted to ask the viewers today.
Well, I'll start off that conversation. It's real simple. I have a couple peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah. Goated.
Yes.
Straight off the bat.
Yes. Goated. 100%.
It's not even close. Grilled cheese. If you don't have the money to pay your electricity, you can't make a grilled cheese sandwich. Just gonna throw that out there. The second one has to be either applesauce, because applesauce is cheap. You could just buy a bunch of apples and make it. But if you can't make it, then we have to go with the old reliable and ramen noodles. Cup noodles is just phenomenal. And then, of course, we have to go and look at my other. We talked about PB&J. We talked about cup noodles. What's my third one? I've got to go with the easy to make quesadilla.
Yes. I was wondering if you would do quesadilla route. Yes.
I can get, and you can make the double-sided quesadilla where you get 2 tortillas, some cheese, and whatever meat you want to. Put that in the microwave real quick. Instant quesadilla.
Telling you right now, you get yourself a little bit of sriracha or a little bit of hot sauce, mix it with a little bit of mayo, put it on there, get you like spice mayo, makes a great set for the cheese, and you can cook it, leave it in there, send French fries. I see you, Chubby. I see you. I love the French fries. You can get the Ore-Ida, like crinkly frozen pack, can last you for a long time. If I had to go for mine, staying in the Tex-Mex vein, believe it or not, you can actually make yourself some enchiladas very cheaply. Very, very, very cheaply. Making yourself baked enchiladas won't cost you more than $30. It keeps extremely long in your fridge in a pan for like 3-4 days. And all you have to do is heat it up in the microwave and you still taste just as amazing as it was before. You get the tortillas. You get what the cheapest beef chuck or turkey chuck, if you choose, going in the little tube. You can get yourself those McCormick sauce packs for the enchilada sauce packs that you find in the baked goods aisle. You get yourself a tortillas, which won't cost you more than like $3 or $5, and you get like a 10 or 15 pack of those. You get those set up. You boil all that up with a couple of those like Rotel tomato sauce cans. Put that all in a pot, boil it until it gets nice and saucy. You drizzle that with whatever meat you want to have cooked in there. In a separate pan, you drizzle that onto the tortilla. You roll the tortilla up. You put them in the pan. You drizzle whatever sauce is left on top of that. Take all that Mexican cheese pack, sprinkle all that over that. Let it cook in your oven for about 10-15 minutes at 375. You got food for at least a good 3-4 days off of that. Yeah. That's my go-to. And I did the peanut butter and jelly, but a lot of my friends thought I was a degenerate for this. I didn't even put the jelly on mine. I would just do straight peanut butter both side sandwiches and eat that with a big old glass of milk.
Yeah, I need my jelly on that, especially the strawberry or the triple berry. But give me that
team
jelly.
Grape. I'm team grape if I got to do jelly though. I'm team grape.
once you get a little bit of money and you try strawberry jelly, it's hard to go back.
No, it's not even that. Like, see, I think what it is for me is like my sister always got strawberry Pop-Tarts, and I always got the brown sugar cinnamon. So I would always hate strawberry just on principle because of my sister. Shout out to my sister. I do love her, but we went to war when we were younger. But I love my sister. I love the woman she's become.
If you're not
third one is got to be the Pop-Tarts. If you actually go to like gas stations, they have like the 2-pack of the Pop-Tarts for like $1.15. Those were so clutch going to college and high school. Just a little snack to keep food in my belly for breakfast. So the Pop-Tarts, the enchiladas, and then the peanut butter sandwiches with the big glass.
I made a terrible mistake. I'm gonna have to delete one of mine.
What?
The ramen noodles. I'm gonna have to remove the ramen noodles, and I'm gonna have to say
that's controversial.
Chicken salad can be made extremely cheap. If you go to the store for $10, you buy a bag. Roughly $10, you buy a bag of chicken, chicken breast. Put that in your oven with salt, pepper, whatever seasoning you want. Let that bake up. Take that out, shred it. Mayo, mustard, dill relish, whatever you want to throw in there with it. Your eggs, your craisins. If you want to put walnuts, you're crazy. Don't do that. But put your celery, onion. If you want all that, put whatever you want in there. And now you've got yourself chicken salad. that will last you a week and a half. And you can put
Mm.
that on sandwiches. You can put that on, you take it, put it in a bowl, eat it with crackers, just eat it straight by itself. You've got yourself a good meal that'll last you a week for lunch and dinner. And it's something that you
Okay.
can drop some sriracha on, some tahini on. You can put a little bit of whatever flavoring you want.
Horseradish, underrated
You
condiment.
you can. Or if you want to be dangerous and live dangerously, you can drizzle a little bit of honey in there and see how that tastes.
Never tried
Put some
that.
apple
Never
in there
tried
too.
that.
Put some apple in there too and see how that works.
See, at the
Should
Moderate
be
Texan,
pretty
we
good.
just don't feed you. We don't just feed you content. We give you content that feeds you.
Exactly. That's how it goes. That's how it goes as we look through the darkness and try and bring you back to the middle. Let's talk lastly about last points, questions, concerns, anything like that. If there's any questions that you guys have, throw them out in the chat. Put them in the comments so that we can answer them for you. But if not, let's wrap this thing up. You guys know how to find us. You know how to find me. It's all in the description below. You got a mod there with the Texan Shots. Go ahead and tell them how to find you again on Twitter or wherever.
You can just search me on Texans Shots. Texans, capital TEXANS _SH. And once you get to that point, you'll probably see Texan Shots at that point, because I think I'm the only one that's kind of around that realm. It's a very original yet unoriginal Twitter handle. But more than anything, honestly, nowadays I'm just hanging out on Discord more. That's where I'm a part of a lot more of my voice acting things. That's where I'm a part of a lot more of my like fan discourse and things like that. I've kind of honestly, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those things, I say in the last like 3 years, I've been on Discord far more than all of those three combined. So honestly, hey, if you see me on here, drop your Discords that you're a fan of, that you're a big fan of. Let's go ahead and continue the content and keep the fandom going, and like, let's do some cross fans here. So drop it in the comments. Let us know what Discords are fun to be a part of. Man, I'm always happy to pop in and have a little dialogue with just about anybody. Have a little fan debate, or are you kidding me? So-and-so, like having one of those like fervent ones. I'm kind of always down for that particular type of content. And if nothing else I got to say, I'm just going to probably drop a funny GIF or two. So yeah, you could probably just find me on Discord very easily.
Yeah. Same with me. I'm on Discord more than I'm on anything else. Probably Twitter is starting to kind of catch up to that due to everything else. As always, like I said, guys, if you like the content we're putting out, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It is helpful to the channel. You guys know I thank you guys greatly. We hit 50 subscribers 2 weeks ago, and I thank you guys very much for that. It looks like we're getting close to 60. Let's see if we can't get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be really, really, really cool, and I'd be really thankful for that.
Oh, for sure.
I will say, since this is the bye week, there won't be any film that I'm going to be breaking down this next week. But on Friday next week, Ahmad, you're more than welcome to come back if you want to, or anybody else who wants to come on. It'll be a chill week. We'll just have a bye week kind of discussion and just talk. Just have good conversation.
Definitely have to check and see how my schedule shores out. But if I'm available, man, I'm always happy to be here for sure. If not, you'll see me in the Discord, brother.
Oh, and thanks, VT, for letting me know. I'm at 60 now. 40 more until 100. Can I make it? I don't know. I'm just out here. I'm just a guy. Fantasy teams. Let's talk about that. We have a fantasy team in
Leave it to Alpha, Mr. Leave it to Alpha to bring. Of course, Alpha would bring up the fantasy teams right now. Currently in the Texans Thoughts Discord, Alpha is currently undefeated, 6-0, I believe, unless someone managed to beat him this week. I'm sitting in second place currently with 5-1. And Jay, what is your record one more time?
Mine in that league is 3-3, but I have another league that I'm in which I am fairly certain I am 4-1 or 5-1. Let me make sure before I go. I'm 4-2 in that league. So that's the league. That's the big money. That's $50. And then I know in another league I'm like 3-3 as well. So I'm doing okay. My teams are doing as good as they can. Daniel Jones ain't it, y'all. He ain't it.
I did my usual strategy of hoarding quarterbacks until someone got hurt. I think when I initially drafted, I drafted Justin Herbert, I drafted Geno Smith, who I still have, and then I drafted Derek Carr just on principle. Dropped him, picked up Sam Howell because he is weird and up and down, but he'll get you the weirdest 25 points you've ever seen. Now a lot of people in our Texans Thoughts Discord kind of like gave me a lot of flack for it, but I actually was number 3 overall, and I took Travis Kelce rather than taking Eckler or CMC. I was basically saying that like Travis has been a lot more durable than CMC and Eckler have throughout their career. And lo and behold, week 1, Travis Kelce sits out due to health issues. I felt really dumb, but after that, he's been pretty much on solid, even though he's been battling injury for most of this year. And I've been on a 5-game winning streak since. Said Willie should have beat me this week. I mean, Willie Boy P, like you're taking down the champ from last year, man. So hey, do us all before he comes back in the second half of the season. And
what I'll say is V and Alpha are both undefeated in their leagues that I'm in with him.
There you go, V.
I couldn't beat Alpha. I haven't played Alpha yet, but I'll be playing him soon. V, I couldn't beat V because my team just decided to fold. Like it just folded at the time that it happened best. It's tragic, but it is what it is. I
might have to give up on Chris Olave, man. Like he was doing so great early in the season. He still managed to get 12 points this week, but man, it was a rough 12. Pause. I'll pause myself. Y'all don't need to pause me on that
one. Chris Olave he's also been failing me as well. So same with Joe Burrow. Same with all the other people that I've gotten. It's just terrible. It's terrible.
It's been rough for running backs in general and skill position players, honestly.
It has been.
Now I have to deal with Kyron being hurt, so I don't even know how I'm going to deal with that for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
you might see the streak come to the end pretty quickly here, but I'm happy to be 5-1 right now. Honestly, I just enjoy playing the game with all you guys. The shit talking and all that has been great.
It's phenomenal. Well, it's about that time. We're hitting an hour and a half. It's been a fun hour and a half, though, ladies and gentlemen. But you guys know what we did. It does go by fast. You guys know what we did. We pause. Because that's what she said. You guys know what we like to do. We like to look through the darkness, find just a little bit of light, bring you right back to the middle. Hopefully today we were able to do that for you. You guys know who it is. You guys know how it is. I am Jay, a.k.a. the Moderate Texan. That is Ahmad over there, a.k.a. Texan Shots. We love you. Love you, H-Town. We'll be talking to you soon. See you next week, ladies and gentlemen.